Hi, everybody. It's Darlene. We are going to try a different audio thing tonight, so you'll have to let me know if this sounds any better. I'm Darlene with Featherweight Doctor here in beautiful North Idaho. I want to thank everybody for joining me. We're going to start doing these shows more regularly, like before, and tonight's show was actually brought to you courtesy of my evil twin sister, Denise. I was sewing at her house this weekend. She has a Bernina, like three featherweights and a Bernina. Actually, she has two Berninas. You know how we always, us quilters have to have like several backup things. So she said that her older Bernina was sounding clunky. And I was like, when was the last time you dusted it out? And she goes, dusted what out? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Denise, so bad. So anyway, let me just mute that. Okay. So needless to say, that picture I took, which looked like this. So this is her older. Oh, did I not? Oh yeah, right here. Look at that. Look at that. That is just. I mean, this was the entire dust bunny pulled out of her machine. I mean, that's embarrassing. Speaking of Denise, we are going to have her host her for the Sip and Sew on Friday in 2 days. So she'll be joining me. So if you want to have some fun and a proper belly laugh or two, you should definitely tune in. Friday's show is dedicated to the projects that we've been working on this fall. They could be Christmas presents, they could just be new baby presents, whatever. But I'd like you to send them in to me, and I'd like to celebrate our accomplishments as an online community. So let me say hi to a few friends, and then we're gonna get going. Let's see here. How do I? Is my voice quality any better for those people listening? If they weren't here the other day. So, okay. Okay. So I've got YouTube brought up. Let's see here. We've got Lisa on. Hi, Lisa. Nancy's on from Lake Stevens. Missy from Redmond. Pauline from Dallas. Sandra's on. My local buddy. Ray's on. So fun. Hi, sweetheart. No wonder, yeah, with all the dust battle. Hooray for the evil twin. She might not come on now that I just publicly shamed her here. Let's see. If you can hear me or you're listening, go ahead and say hi and tell me where you're from out there on YouTube land. Oh, from Ottawa, Canada. Oh, it's Kathy. Hello. Thank you. Oh, good. Kim Warren says, clear as bell. Great. The AirPods are working. We're going to have to come up with some kind of a different speaker because I don't like wearing these things in my ears, but hard to see you after the eye surgery today, but I can at least listen. Oh, prayers coming your way, Lisa, for a smooth recovery. Okay, so I decided to not only embarrass Denise tonight, but to embarrass myself. I pulled a machine down that I know is has been a little neglected, my 1933 Ella Mary, and we are going to go over some routine maintenance. And I wanted to be really clear what I meant when I said routine maintenance. So there's an annual maintenance that needs to be done on all these machines. That's greasing the motor, greasing the gears, and then all of the oil points, not just the every 8 hour ones. But I would say with about every four bobbins, you should definitely open up your machine and dust out with, that was the other thing. Denise didn't even have any kind of a cleaning brush or anything. So we do sell cleaning brushes, although I think they're out of stock right now. But you can just use a little paintbrush. I buy these little chipboard paintbrushes at Harbor Freight. So it's not like you need to have a fancy cleaning brush. Steve says, I'm using my So Handy 20 to teach showing lessons to our God kiddo. Oh, that's so fun. I just had a good friend of mine locally, Maureen Breen, came in because her son bought her a really nice Model 20. Kathy, where do you buy your needles from? Because the site that I used to buy needles from, they're not the same needles as our regular sewing machines. They don't carry them anymore. I'd love to know where you get them because I'd like to buy some. So anyway, we're not going to just be embarrassing Denise. I am pulling out my machine. It's something like the cobbler's children's shoes, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna dig into this. Okay, so sorry, I thought my husband was talking to me. So for dusting, you need a little paintbrush. I'm going to switch my camera here. How do I? Right there. There. Okay, sorry, get my sparkly sweater. So this is Ella Mary. She is a 1933 first 10,000 machine. She is lovely. And oh, Val, hi. Val, you talked about Sew Expo. I'll call you when I get done. Anyway, so this is Ella Mary. Look at how deplorable her little. Look at all that dust and stuff. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get underneath here, and you are going to get rid of all these little dust bunnies. See, there's a ton in here because Ella Mary gets used. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up this thing. I use our second smallest screwdriver. I found a guy on eBay and stopped up. Okay, I will check that out, Kathy. Thank you. So I'm going to remove this screw. It might take a hot minute if your machine has not been opened up in a while. These screws tend to, really get quite tight if you don't. Jennifer Anderson, I got your message. I need to call you back, girl. All right. So I do recommend taking out the needle as well as the pressure foot because there's no need to impale yourself with with needles and sharp objects any more than you probably already do. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open this up. Oh yeah, she gets used for sure. Do you guys see that? All right. So I'm going to dust this out. Elizabeth, hello. All right. This. All right. So once you have that all dusted out, it's really important that when you go reseat this, well, first of all, let's get our oil hole while we're in here because it is a good one and it will definitely have a kind of metallic-y sound. So you see this little notch here that kind of swivels around when the plate's off. You swivel it around until you can see those little teethy gears there. And then you're going to just put one drop of oil here and kind of drag it over those. And then I always just kind of do a little swoop around with my finger. This is also a good little check because sometimes you can get burrs in this assembly. It's the second most expensive part on your featherweight outside of your motor. And if you can't smoothly roll this around, you may have some kind of a thread stuck in there. I actually want to talk about that for a second. So earlier this week, I was doing servicing a 301 for one of my local clients, and there was kind of a hitch in the giddy up of that little notch that I was just swinging around in the bobbin assembly. And I looked very carefully, and I saw that. Do you guys see that little piece of red thread? Oh, hello, Paula. Thanks for coming across us. Hi, Mary Carnes. Okay, so you see that little thread there? What you have to do is you have to remove that little baby screw. It's called a jib hook screw, and slide that open and see all that thread that was caught in there. That is an inspection that is worth looking into every once in a while, especially when you're oiling it and you don't feel like you have a real smooth turning mechanism on that internal plate. Okay, so we're going to go back here. So this was the 301 that I was working on. See all that stuff in there? And then that's the one that had that little piece of red thread stuck in there. So you can see the bottom of it was pretty clean. It wasn't too bad, but it did need some oiling. So that was the 301 that I was working on earlier this week. Okay, so back to Ella Mary. So there's no thread I can see. I keep a flashlight. I like these Milwaukee pen lights to help really kind of illuminate situations. Um, I keep this handy with all my stuff at all times. I also keep our littlest screwdriver here, which is a magnetic tip. So if you do have to take out that jib hook screw, you can maneuver it a little bit better with these little magnetic tips. All right. So when you go to reseat your plate after you've dusted and oiled, you have to make sure it's in the down position and that little notch is up at the noon position or in the northern position. And then you put down your plate like so. And you just double check to make sure that you didn't slip that notch out of there. And then it is okay to screw it down. So that's what I'm going to do here. So that bobbin was an 8-hour oil hole. There are 5 more behind the faceplate and 2 under the bottom cover. Mr. McCollum's book is fantastic. It starts at page 11 on his illustrations that he redrew. So the Featherweight and I is what I call the Bible. It is the best resource and manual for not only the weird stuff, but the everyday stuff. Thanks, Ray. She goes, are there particular tools that make taking out difficult pieces and threads get stuck? Yes. This is my favorite tool. It's a serrated hemostat. The reason why I like the serrated ones is because if this was just slick like a tweezer, when you go to grab the thread, it would slip right through. But because this is serrated, it pulls the thread out of the stuck places. This is literally the tool between this and my flashlight. This is the tool that I really liked using for pulling those threads. Thank you, my dear, for the question. All right. So again, let's just go over the other oil holes real quick while I have you here. We have some other stuff to talk about, so don't run away just yet. Okay. So in here there is a arm. Do you see that heavily rotating arm? Let me shine my light on the situation. Okay, so it is this arm right here. There is a oil hole on the top of every one of those, 2 in here, and then 1 more at the bottom. So 5 total. That is in every 8-hour oil hole. So don't forget to hit those. And then, oopsie, I got my sweater caught. Okay. Then the last one is underneath. There is a silver shaft, oopsie, running horizontal through the middle. Can you post a link to the book you just mentioned? Ray, could you do that for me? Hi, Pam Ernest from Maine. I don't, let me just go out here real quick. Tab. Featherweight Doctor. Book. This copy. Okay. Okay, I just am posting a link. There you go. Interested in knowing what year you chose. Oh, there's actually a story behind that, Elizabeth. I will answer that question. All right, the last 2 are these 2 spots right here. So there's a hole right there, and there is a hole right there, and those are every 8-hour oil holes. Thank you, Ray. All right, so 2 underneath, 5 behind the faceplate, and 1 in the bobbin. Those are your every 8-hour oil holes. All right, so all right, let's put this aside. You're welcome, Paula. So the book, I'm sorry, my green machine that I had on the show on Friday, which will probably be joining me again this Friday, is a 1952. I actually didn't pick the year per se. I just happened to have an available machine. That machine came out of Tempe, Arizona, and it was held together. The box was held together by a necktie. I kid you not. And so I wanted the pretty chromy faceplate, and I wanted the silver detail on the hand wheel, and I happened to have extras in my my boxes of parts. And so I kind of Frankensteined the machine that I wanted. It was for me, it wasn't for anybody else. So I knew what I was doing, but it is a 1952. And then Andy and I picked the color together because he really wanted to do a multi-stage process. So there you go. There's your answer. Okay, so I said in my post that there is routine maintenance on these machines, even in the event you're actually not using the machine. The if the machine sits, well, first of all, you should use the machine every month. It should be used every 30 days. The kryptonite with these machines is sitting, and so you really don't want them sitting around because everything gets hardened and congealed and could seize up your motor. You really don't want that. So it is a good idea to take your machine out and use it once a month, so that therefore the pulleys move and everything kind of rolls through. It congeals and spreads your grease around appropriately. So if your machine has been sitting for more than 30 days, I realize that a lot of people have these little machines because they're snowbirds and they fit on RVs and all that really well. Then if it's sat over 30 days, then you should definitely hit the every 8-hour oil holes before you do much showing. And if the machine has sat longer than 6 months, I would do all the oil holes. Um, Over lubrication isn't really a thing, especially when it comes to oil. So yeah, that's what I meant by, even if you're not in a sowing season, you definitely still want to do a little bit of maintenance. So that's all I had for you guys on that. I did want to do a shameless plug. We just released yesterday our new 3D boxes. So if you have a cardboard box that looks kind of like this one's actually in pretty good shape compared to some of the ones I've seen. We have redesigned and repatterned and 3D printed these little hard boxes. So they will fit all of your accessories in them. They're hard. They will withstand the test of time. Hi, Odie. So anyway, this is our new boxes. They just got released out on our page, which the link goes to the book, but you can go there. When I go to my Sew Charity group, I am the mini featherweight associate oiling everybody. Oh, Missy, I'm so glad I personally trained you. I tell you, quilt camp is coming around the corner here, and there is nothing more irritating to me than sitting in a room with a bunch of featherweights for 3 or 4 days. That's why we always start with what I call spa daylight. So these are our new boxes. Also, a reminder about Friday show. Isn't that cool? I know. Friday show, I'd love for you guys to send me some pictures. You can email me at info@featherweightdoctor.com or DM me through any of the social media platforms like Instagram or Facebook. If you are having fun and you think this video is good information, please feel free to like it and then share it with your friends. Everybody needs to know how to take care of their little vintage stitchers. Okay, I have one more little shameless plug and then I can let you go. Hi, Corey from Alberta. I I get busy with my feather. Oh, good. Yes, you should get busy with your featherweight trio. I am going to be in Phoenix, Arizona for some workshops. One is totally sold out, I believe, but the other one has a couple of seats left in it. So if anybody is in the Phoenix, Arizona area on January 9th, 29th, it's a Wednesday, I will be at a Quilters Oasis, and there you would sign up on their website, aquiltersoasis.com. I will also be, then again, I think it's February 1st, which is the Saturday. Is that right? Yes. At the 35th Avenue Sew and Vac in not Chandler, in Phoenix, Paradise Valley, actually. Oh, thank you, whoever is linking things. I appreciate it. Anyway, so there, I think they had sold that out, but just in case that's a closer place for you to go, there you can check that out. All right. So what are we doing on Friday? We're joining Darlene at 4 o'clock. You're sending me pictures in advance, and we are going to celebrate as an online community. I really appreciate everybody joining me this evening. I hope you're all staying happy and warm. We're expecting some sub-freezing temperatures this weekend, down to a low of 9. That's right, 9. Did I pick up that you have a new thread holder? Oh, yes, there is a new thread holder also. It sits on your pin of your machine, like here. Oh, did I don't have it with me. But I have them in black and red. And what they do is they make using the Aurifil, which is a cross wound thread, better because it doesn't unravel and twist the thread. It just pulls it straight off the top. And what I really like about the box or the thread stands is that they are, um, compact, lightweight, and will fit in your boxes. The other ones that we used to carry, which I still do like, is just something extra. And the whole point of the Featherweight is that it's a portable setup. So, anyhow, all right. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you at 4 o'clock Pacific.